Flip phones, Babylons can't crack the code.
In every college football offseason, there's always a lot of talks about what teams are going to go to the college football playoff, what teams are going to win their conference, what teams are going to show up and have great seasons, what coaches are on the hot seats, who's going to win the Heisman, all the works. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a topic that some people love to talk about during the college football offseason, and that is college football teams that people need to watch out for. And I'm going to be talking about 5 teams going into the 2023 season that I feel everyone needs to keep a lookout on during the year. Before I move on, remember to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Now let's get into it. The first team that I'm going to be talking about in today's video is one that's been a very hot topic ever since they hired their new head coach, Deion Sanders. And that's none other than Colorado. Colorado is coming off quite the rough 2022 season in which they were one of the worst Division I football teams in the nation on the FBS level, finishing the year at 1-11 with a bad offense and an even worse defense. Colorado has gone through a full new transition from last year's roster to the 2023 roster, as it's going to be pretty much an entirely different team. New coaching staff completely with the new staff that Deion Sanders is bringing in. And if you look at their recruiting, they are bringing in a lot of high school guys that could potentially make day one impacts. And you look even more at the transfer portal. You look at the 24/7 Sports transfer portal team rankings, they have the #1 class in the nation with 25 transfer portal commits, 1 being a 5-star, 4 being 4 stars, and 14 of them being 3-star recruits. They have the second most transfer portal commits in the 23 transfer portal class, and you know that's going to make a big impact on how this team is in 2023. In regards to returning production from last season to 2023, they are on the lower end of the FBS level out of 133 teams, ranking at number 93, 57% in total, 57% on offense, and 57% on defense. However, that could bode well for Colorado, as they are going to be a pretty much an entirely different roster, and they're bringing in some star power that can make immediate impacts for the Colorado Buffaloes in 2023. I'm not expecting them to win the Pac-12 or even be in the Pac-12 championship game, but they're going to be a lot better of a team than 1-11. And of course, Deion Sanders is going to be interesting to see how he performs his first year on the FBS level and of course in the Pac-12. The next team I'm going to be talking about is yet again another Pac-12 school, this time being Washington. Washington in 2022 blew a lot of people's expectations out of the water, as they started the season off unranked and finished the year as a top 10 team that was in place to potentially play for the Pac-12 title game. They finished the year 11-2 with a 7-2 conference record, an offense that was high-flying, 7th in scoring offense, averaging nearly 40 points a game, and the defense was pretty solid as well, giving up about 26 a game. Now this team, Washington, is one that a lot of people need to buy their stocks for 2023. The Pac-12, I think, is going to be a very fun conference in 2023 because of all the quarterbacks that are returning, such as Washington quarterback Michael Penix, which is going to make a very big impact for the Huskies, as his leadership and play on the field is something that you want in a quarterback. And when you're a team that's returning as much as they are on offense and defense, it's going to bode well for 2023. They ranked number 2 in returning production total in the nation for the FBS level from 2022 to 2023, 74% on offense and 68% on defense, for a grand total of 73% of their production from 2022 returning to their team. And they've also picked up some solid portal additions that I believe will help them make a better case for an even stronger year in 2023 potentially. On to the next team, it is Wisconsin. Wisconsin is coming off a mediocre 2022 season in which they finished 7-6, 4-5 in conference play. The defense was pretty good, but the offense was meh at best, as they were 77th in the nation for scoring offense, averaging 26 points a game. They did finish the year strong with a pretty good bowl win versus Oklahoma State, a game in which they controlled it for pretty much the entirety. When talking about returning production for this Wisconsin squad, they're returning more than people really think, as Wisconsin is currently ranked number 27 on the FBS level going into 2023 for returning production, 72% in total, 75% on offense, and 68% on defense. Now, something that really makes me intrigued about Wisconsin football in 2023 isn't only the fact that, yes, they have Luke Fickell, who is a proven head coach, one that had a lot of success at Cincinnati, even leading them to the college football playoff in the 2021 campaign, but they have a pretty underrated transfer portal class as well. They rank number 16 according to the 24/7 Sports transfer portal rankings, and they have some guys I believe can make a big impact in 2023, such as CJ Williams from USC, Bryson Green from Oklahoma State, and the presumed projected starter, Tanner Mordecai, who had a lot of success in his career as a quarterback at SMU. And they've hired a great staff with Luke Fickell and the supporting cast. I'm expecting big things from Wisconsin in 2023. Not exactly to win the Big Ten, but to definitely make some noise and to become one of the better Big Ten teams once again. Transitioning on to the next team out of the Big 12, I have Texas Tech. Texas Tech, to me, is one of the more underrated teams heading into 2023. I thought they were a good team in 2022, better than their record, a good offense, and a defense that was constantly improving, and they finished the season out on a 4-game winning streak, including a big win versus Ole Miss in the Texas Bowl, in which they won 42-25. They finished the year out at 8-5, 5-4 in conference play, averaged 34 points a game on offense, and the defense, they did allow 29 points a game, but like I said, I think they're a lot better than what the stats said, as this was a team that was a hard-fought, hard-nosed defense all 4 quarters, and they were going to put up a fight no matter what. And knowing that this was year 1 of the McGuire era at Texas Tech, you have to be happy if you're a Texas Tech fan going into 2023, especially if you can stay healthy at the quarterback position and knowing what you're returning on both sides of the ball. Returning production-wise, Texas Tech is returning 64% of their returning production from last year's squad to 2023, which is 64th in the nation for D1 FBS level, 75% on offense, and 52% on the defensive side of the ball. Yes, the defensive side of the ball for returning production is a little low at 52%, but McGuire is a defensive-minded coach, and this was a team that showed a lot of life on defense in 2022 itself. The final team that I'm going to be talking about in today's video is Florida State. Florida State has a lot of hype around their program going into 2023, and rightfully so. They have the number 1 returning production in college football at 87%, 80% on offense, 94% on defense. Their defense was already good last season, only giving up 20 points a game, which was 21st in the nation on the FBS level, and they were returning a dynamic defensive end in Jared Verse. And on offense, they averaged 36 points a game, and they're bringing back their starting quarterback in none other than Jordan Travis. The way that they finished their season, Florida State was absolutely dominant, and it seemed like they could not lose a game as they finished the year off on a 6-game winning streak. Not only that, if you want to talk about the returning production they have, how they finished the season on a 6-game winning streak, you can talk about their amazing 2023 transfer portal class that they're bringing in, which is currently ranked number 4 in the nation. However, they're the highest graded as well for average ranked players, according to the 24/7 Sports transfer portal rankings, as they have a total of 7 4-stars and 2 3-stars. This is an absolutely insane transfer portal class, and this is a team that can definitely make the playoffs if everything goes their way. They're definitely a contender for the ACC, in my opinion, and if they just control their path, we may see them in the playoffs. Well, guys, if you made it this far in today's video, drop something down in the comment section below. What are some teams you think people need to keep an eye on for 2023? And before you head out, remember to smash that like button, turn on those post notifications, and subscribe if you haven't already. B. Kelly out.